A lot of stress in your life is coming from the fact that you are desperate to control what people think about you. You explain yourself when nobody even asks. You worry about whether people like you or not. You replay the conversations after even they have ended. So you wonder why someone did not even reply. So you send them a message and then you keep waiting for them. So you see somebody doing better than you and immediately you start comparing yourself, questioning yourself. You post something and then keep checking that who liked it and how many people saw it. If someone criticizes, you suddenly become defensive and your entire mood changes. And slowly, even without realizing, you have actually stopped living your own life and you have started managing everybody else's opinion about you. If this sounds like you, listen to me very carefully, because actually I'm going to tell you in this video how can you work and fix this for yourself. Because I want to tell you something that I wish more young people understood early in their life, including me. So you will never become confident while your self-worth is sitting in somebody else's hand. Like a switch is with them. So if I have to rebuild myself from the zero, here are the things I will start doing. And I won't do it for 3 days. I would do them until they become part of who I am. Number one, I will just stop explaining myself to everyone. This is one of the first things I want you to learn. You do not have to explain every decision you make. You do not have to make everybody understand why you choose something. You don't have to defend every opinion. You don't have to convince everybody that you are a good person. Let them be thinking that you are a bad one. Sometimes you can just say that this is my decision and just stop. Because when you constantly explain yourself, you are unconsciously asking the other person for the permission to be who you are. And you don't need that permission. Now, I'm not saying to become arrogant, या जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि बदतमीज बन जाओ. No. If you have made a mistake, explain it. If you have hurt someone, apologize. If you have done something wrong, take the responsibility. But you don't have to spend your entire life trying to convince people who have already decided what they want to believe about you. Let people misunderstand you sometimes. It's actually part of growing up. जब आप 40 के हो जाओगे तो आप realize करोगे it was such a waste of time, you know. Number two, I want you to do is accept that some people will not like you. This is actually one of the hardest lessons of adulthood. You can be kind and somebody will dislike you. You can work hard and somebody will still think that you are not good enough. You can be honest and still somebody will call you rude. You can do everything right and somebody will find something wrong with you. So what are you going to do? Spend your entire life fixing yourself according to every person's opinion? You actually can't do that. So because the moment you satisfy one person, another person will have another problem with you. So stop trying to become universally acceptable. Are these fingers same? No. You're not a product that needs a 5-star rating from everybody. I want you to build a good character. I want you to be respectful. I want you to be responsible enough. Be kind, be honest to yourself, work hard, and then accept that some people simply won't like you. It is as simple as that, and that's okay. Number 3 is you have to stop comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle of the story. So this is actually destroying a lot of young people. You open Instagram, you open YouTube, you open any social media platform, you see people are traveling, somebody got a job, somebody got a new car, I mean so many other things. Okay? So why are you getting perturbed just because someone achieved something? Okay? Somebody just grew on social media, किसी के 5 लाख followers हो गए. Okay? It's okay. Suddenly you will start feeling like, what am I doing with my life? Listen to me here. You are looking at the visible part of somebody's life and then you are comparing it to your invisible struggles. So you do not know what happened before that photograph was clicked and posted on social media. You do not know how long they have worked for it. You don't know what are the advantages they have. You don't know what are the plus points they have. You don't know what problems they face. And most important one, their timeline has absolutely nothing to do with yours. Your job is to be not ahead of everyone. Your job is to be better than what you were yesterday. It is as simple as that. Your only competition is you. That's it. Number 4, stop seeking validation from every little thing you do. So you do not need somebody to tell you that your decision was good before you trust yourself. You don't need 10 people to approve your career choice. You don't need everyone to like your photograph. You do not need somebody to constantly tell you that you are attractive, you are intelligent, you are talented, and you are capable. I know, happens with me too as well. I will not deny the fact, okay? But at some point, you have to develop an internal voice that says, I know what I'm doing. And that doesn't happen overnight. It comes from keeping promises to yourself. You said you would study. You studied. Okay? आपने बोला, I will exercise. You exercised. You said you will finish something and then you finished it. So small, simple goals, when every time you do what you told yourself you would do, you are building trust with yourself, and that's where real confidence comes from. Not the compliment, not the validation, it comes from the self-trust. Number 5 is learn to be bad at something. And it's okay if you look pathetic at it, you look funny at it, go and see my earlier videos, they were bad. But this is something I really want young people to understand, that you are so afraid of looking stupid that you do not allow yourself to be a beginner. You want to speak confidently immediately. You want to start working out and look fit 2 दिन में, You want to start making videos and then you want to be Saurabh Joshi in 6 months. You want to learn something and be good at it immediately. And because you cannot guarantee that you will be good, you do not even start. And let me tell you, it's a terrible way to live. Give yourself permission to be bad. Give yourself the permission to speak badly, making mistakes, asking stupid questions. If you look stupid in class while asking stupid questions, it's okay. Allow yourself to fail. Allow yourself to get rejected. Learn. Try again. And remember this, that confidence doesn't come from knowing that you will succeed. Confidence comes from knowing that you will survive even if you are failing in the life. Right? Number 6, stop taking everything personally. Not everything is about you. किसी ने आपको reply नहीं किया. It's okay, maybe they are busy. Somebody disagreed with you. Maybe they genuinely have a different opinion. Okay? या फिर somebody did not invited you to a party you were looking for. Maybe they did not want you to be there. So somebody criticized your work, maybe there is something you can improve and learn. So stop looking at things from your fixed lens, because sometimes, yes, somebody deliberately wants to hurt you, but even then you have a choice. You can react, or you can decide that this person's behavior isn't going to decide my behavior. Okay, so basically अपनी चाबी दूसरों के हाथ में मत दो. Don't let others control you. This is something I want you to practice, because whenever something happens that immediately triggers you, I want you to pause. Okay, do not reply immediately. Do not send that mass message. ठीक है, जिसमें आपने इतना गंदा लिख रखा हो. पहले मैं ऐसे करती थी, And there was a time कि मैंने अपने नाउ माई हस्बैंड, उस टाइम पे हम जस्ट मिले ही थे, हमें 1 हफ्ता हुआ था बात करते हुए, और मैंने उनको इतना लंबा इतना गंदा मैसेज लिख के भेजा था, बिकॉज ही डिड नॉट पिक अप माई कॉल्स ऑन वन संडे वाइल ही वॉज बिजी इन हिज कमांडो कोर्स. ही वॉज सो फ्यूरियस. So I want you to learn this, that give yourself time, because when you are emotionally triggered, your first response isn't always the best response. Number 7, build a life you don't need to escape from. And this is actually very important. If your entire life is based around your phone, or if your happiness is depending upon the kind of attention you are receiving, or maybe your biggest achievement is how people notice you, then silence is going to feel very unbearable. So I want you to build a real life. I want you to read, exercise, study, work, learn a skill, do something difficult, spend time with your family, talk to people. So I want you to go outside in nature and enjoy. Okay, rather than relying on all these stupid things which are going to go and which are very momentarily there with you. Do the difficult things, the things you like, because the more substance your real life has, the less dependent you will become on the digital validation. And I'm not going to tell you to delete social media. I'm basically telling you here that don't let social media become your only life. So there is a difference between the two. ठीक है? Number 8 is keep some things private. Okay? You don't need to announce everything on social media. आज मैंने 10 चैप्टर पढ़ लिए CDS के, आज मैंने ये कर दिया. Not your every goal is supposed to be a post. ठीक है? आपका relationship, your personal relationship doesn't need audience. आप IMA बॉल में गए, आप OTA बॉल में गए. I mean, what? क्यों इतना दिखावा क्यों करना है हमें? Not your every achievement needs validation. Not your every struggle needs to be explained online. ठीक है? There is something incredibly powerful about working quietly on yourself. Let your results speak. Let your character speak. Let the person you have become speak. You don't need to constantly tell people what you're becoming. Become that person and let people see. Okay? Number 9 is learn to disappoint people, and this is actually one of the most important skill you need to develop as early as possible, because आप बाद में तो लाइफ में सीख ही जाओगे, ठीक है, जैसे मुझे भी लाइफ ने सिखा दिया, but then I want you to learn it early, and that is why I'm sharing this with you. ठीक है? If you are terrified of disappointing people, you will spend your life saying yes to things you don't want to, you will accept things you should not, and you will stay in situations that make you unhappy. You will be afraid to say no. You will become exhausted trying to keep everyone happy and comfortable, and eventually ये ना एक दिन फटेगा, मतलब ठीक है, ये जो people pleasing होता है ना, आप एक दिन थक जाते हो उससे. So what I want you to do is, I want you to learn to say sorry, I cannot, I don't agree, that doesn't work for me, I don't want to do that. And you can say all of these things in a very respectful way. You do not need to shout, you do not need to, mount on the other person to say no, and you do not have to be rude, but you also don't have to betray yourself just to keep someone else happy. Number 10th is stop trying to prove that you are better. This is where I actually want you to become very mature. You do not have to win every argument you are having. You don't have to show somebody that you are more successful. You don't have to make an old friend jealous. You don't have to make your ex regret losing. You do not have to prove your worth to somebody who rejected you. You do not need revenge. What I need is put your energy in the right direction. You need growth, because the moment you stop trying to prove yourself to other people, you will have enormous amount of energy available for yourself. ठीक है, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. And this is something which you can do after breakups also. Breakup हुआ है आपका, it's okay. Let that energy go into your career, your body, your education, your relationships, your skill, ठीक है, your future. Build yourself so much instead of proving yourself. I want you to have this shift in your life. Number 11 is choose whose opinion actually matters in life. I'm not telling you to stop caring what anybody thinks, but remember this, that it is not even desirable to stop caring what everybody is thinking about. You should care about the opinions of the people who actually know you, who actually love you, and have best interest at heart, and have that kind of wisdom to give you useful criticism. And if somebody you respect tells you that you need to work on this, I don't want you to become defensive, okay? Especially parents. जैसे parents हमें कुछ बोलते हैं, we become so defensive. Listen, maybe they are right, but if someone who knows nothing about your life throws an insult at you, and then why are you giving the weightage to their words? You need to have that filter in your own head where you need to ask, who is saying this? Do they know me? Do they have something useful to teach me? Is there a truth in what they are saying? How long do they know me? And if yes, then learn. If not, then don't give a damn, just let it go. Okay? Number 12 is build your own definition of success. This is the last one, I promise. This is where I want you to really think that what does success means to you. क्योंकि जब मैं 20 years की थी, success was joining the army. Now at the age of 38, for me, success is that I am at my home. I have few businesses which I am doing. I get to spend time with my kids. My husband, who is away from us, is taking care of the country. I'm taking care of the home, the kids, and I feel so lucky. So I mean, this is the kind of lifestyle I wanted in my 40s. So I worked hard in my 20s so that I can build what I want to in my 40s. So I don't look for society's approval. Society ne mujhe bola tha, why are you leaving the government job? But if you do not decide what success means to you, somebody else will decide it for you. And you will spend years running towards a destination you never actually wanted. So sit down, think. It is going to be difficult, but you have to ask yourself what kind of person I want to become, what kind of work you want to do, what kind of relationships you want. And it is okay to evolve as a person. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि मुझे अगर 20 साल में फौज उतनी पसंद थी तो मुझे वो 40 साल में भी सेम की सेम पसंद होनी चाहिए. मेरी लाइफ की प्रायोरिटीज चेंज हो गई हैं and I'm kind of okay with that. I have evolved as a person. Okay, so remember this, you have to build the life you love and finally become someone you respect. Okay, forget for a moment whether other people respect you or not. I want you to ask this question, that do I respect myself? Do I keep my word? Do I take responsibility? Do I work when nobody is watching me? So nobody is coming and telling me to make these videos. Okay, nobody is asking me to do something, but I'll tell you, I do it because I like it. Because whatever I have learned over the years, I want to share it with the people who are going through the same situations. Okay, and at the end, remember this, when you start respecting yourself, something actually changes. So you don't need constantly to announce yourself everywhere. You don't need to chase anyone. You don't need to prove every little thing to anyone else in your life. Okay, I just want you to be happy with what you are, more quieter, more grounded, more comfortable in your own skin. And remember, when all of this will happen, that's when people will often start respecting you more, because you are not demanding it, because you have stopped begging for it. And if you are young, if you are watching this, I want you to remember something, that the life you are living, I don't want you to waste huge part of your life where you are worrying about how are you being perceived, how do people perceive you. People are going to talk. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Let them say रद्दी है, बिल्कुल बेकार है, खराब है. ठीक है, यही बोलते थे, मेरे लिए भी यही बोलते थे. ठीक है, बट जिस दिन आप बन जाओगे चढ़ते सूरज, they all will just move away. ठीक है? So remember this, you do not have to make everyone happy. You do not have to control what people's opinion are about you. Your job is to build a life that you don't need their approval to enjoy. And next time when you feel the urge to explain yourself, I want you to pause. And next time when you compare yourself, I want you to pause and think of all these things and the path which you have created for yourself. I don't want you to have validation from anyone and everyone. And remember this, that next time when somebody doesn't like you, it's not your problem. Okay, so that's all for this video, bachcho. I really want you to remember that you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. Don't. Okay, build yourself instead. Use this energy in the right direction. And remember this, one day, if you do this long enough, you will actually reach a point where somebody's opinion of you can be completely different of what your opinion is about yourself. And that's freedom. Hope you achieve this. Jai Hind.